You're right. I got to take it back. I can't call Sin Santana's music trash because I don't listen to that type of music. So, I only even brought it up because I watched, the wife watches Love and Hip Hop.
Okay.
So I watched it with her last night, 2 episodes. And, the shenanigans that go on,
I was a fan of the show, and when the first early episode, first years.
Oh, no, the earlier years with Jimmy, it was, and then even some years with Joe. But I feel like your main characters are still there. So, like, and I'm talking about men, like the Rich Dollars.
Golly, man, how toxic are you going to be today,
No,
bro?
no, when I'm talking about men, I'm going to get to where I'm getting to. That's why I'm only speaking about the men.
Okay, go ahead.
So, like, Rich Dollars, Peter Guns. I still don't know what this Cisco dude does. Besides, I guess he's some sort of music manager.
He's an A&R manager type of,
And then you have, of course, your Stevie J. Now this is Stevie J. And then you have like some of the alternative lifestyle men, because it's a mixture of New York and I think Miami. So you got Trina's cousin is on there. I forgot homie's name. And
hey, hold on, man. What's the name of the podcast, bro?
Now let's begin the story.
That time, motherfuckers. Dub down, motherfuckers.
H-Town's finest 16 Shots podcast.
I'm lightning with the blam blam.
Yes, it is us. It is us. It is the 16 Shots podcast with Young James Boogie and AR Dub.
Tell me how you took, and I'm gonna tell you what I meant.
What's going down with you, man?
Yeah, okay, so can you tell me about?
So the usual suspects are the men: Safari, Peter Guns, Rich Dollars, Cisco, and Stevie J. To me, those are the pillars of men outside of the originator, of course, Jimmy, when it first jumped off, and of course, King Toxic himself, Young Joe Budden. So
I ain't even in that.
Huh?
You put me in that.
I was finna put you in that, but Young Joe Budden. But anyway, like, they be trying Safari, bro. I don't know why they be trying Safari. The dudes. I don't think they really try Stevie that much. The females try Stevie, but he do it to himself.
Safari, like, I think because you're a novice, not a novice, but you haven't really watched the show. Stevie, Rich Dollars, even Cisco, those guys were earlier in the show.
I know. That's why I say they're pillars of the show.
Yeah, well, they weren't our pillar, like the pillars. Because really, Jimmy wasn't really a pillar of the show.
Well, Jimmy started the show though. No, that's fact. That's why he got beef with old girl Mona Scott, whatever her name is, because it was Jimmy's brainchild. But
sort of, not really.
I'm just saying we're veering off from what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. What I'm saying is that as far as the storylines go, like those are the ones like Cardi B, all those type of those characters that blew. Safari, of course, came in on the backs of Nicki Minaj or whatever.
We're veering off on the point I'm making.
No, I'm trying to.
I'm not trying to make a legit Love and Hip Hop backstory cast.
No, I'm just saying why they messed with Safari, because he came in last, and so they like all his OGs.
I was just really trying to tell you who they try and who they don't try.
Okay.
You one of the two niggas on the show they do not try at all.
Who?
One, Boobie Gibson. I think he got too many tattoos. And one, Joel Santana.
Joel's popped that far. He doing shows now. He doing a show.
I think his girl was doing the show.
Yeah, she one of the core members.
Yeah, so I think he like, I'm doing the show in support of my girl. And I think
this brings up a great point. Keep going.
I was just saying the point was they don't try them two niggas. Like out of all the niggas, they would not try Boobie Gibson and they would not try Joel Santana. And I think the more tattoos and the bigger Cuban link you really got on, that might mean you might be really about that life, so they don't try them. I watched 2 episodes of Love and Hip Hop. I heard Boobie Gibson and Joel Santana combined say 3 words.
I mean, it makes sense. Makes sense.
Every shot of Jewels, they had to like pan away because every shot of Jewels, it looked like he can kill less, bro. It looked like he got this look on his face like, man, Cam told me not to do this shit. And then every look of Booby is like, I'm only here because I'm trying to smash Sin Santana.
I mean, okay. Okay.
But the rest of the drama with the men was literally the rest of the drama with the men was Safari, Peter Guns, Cisco, Rich Dollars. That's all I was making.
Yeah. I mean,
but you kind of ruined it for me. It's okay though.
No. Because this is a very good point. Because this is something I kind of wanted to speak on. I didn't, but I did. Sometime, you know what? Let me tell the listeners what we have in store today. I've you see my light's different today. You know what I'm saying? I got the different light because I was talking with a person I've covered called a tarot reader, and I was able to learn how to channel people, right? And so at some point in the show, I will show you people, our audience, I won't show you how to do it, but I'll actually do it. And I've channeled a celebrity to come in and talk with us. So that's nothing. That's another thing that's going to come later on in the show. But like twice in a row just now, bro, you've done something that, I think we need to take note of. Is that you've made a commentary or an assessment on a situation with a minimal amount of data to go by, right?
Is this how we're starting today?
I mean, I'm pointing out facts because this happens a lot.
Point out your facts, man.
This happens a lot, and we're talking about a certain subject, and it's like, well, I saw these 2 episodes.
So
I heard this one song.
Honestly, the reason of the commentary was I saw 2 episodes and Booby Gibson and Juelz Santana said 0.
Yeah.
And I just was like, why are they there? I know why Juelz is there. Before Juelz went to jail, he badly was on the show. I know that. I just thought it was hilarious that out of all the drama that's being started, who they decided to veer away from. I didn't know I needed to have the history of love and hip hop to commentate on 2 episodes of 2 young men who no one wanted to smoke with. I'm sorry.
My headphones came out. Can you hear me? I feel good.
Huh? What's up?
Feel good? You still hear me? Everything 100?
Yeah, whatever you did, you fucked up your audio.
Okay. Well, I'll fix it. But
I was just saying that I was just making commentary on 2 young men who no one had smoke for from the 2 episodes I saw, opposed to the young men who had all the drama. That's all. I know that their storylines will be more in depth than Booby Gibson's and Juelz Santana's. So,
well, think of it like this.
I'm sorry I had to have official commentary on that.
No, I'm just saying their storylines are intertwined. Like Booby wasn't on the show. Like he wasn't on That New York. Like we have different people from different casts. So of course, like I'm not going to try Juelz Santana because Juelz Santana, like I said, he wasn't on the show that much in New York. I want to say Safari was really with Mario Still Bad Her.
Yeah, it is. But go ahead. Whatever you did whatever you just did, it was awesome. And then once you did whatever you did, it totally messed it up.
I'm back.
Now you're back. See, now this is audio excellence. You can persecute me with my lack of love and hip hop knowledge from season 1 with perfect audio.
Well, I'm saying more importantly to get.
But do your headphones work though?
Yeah, my headphones work.
Oh, okay. We Gucci then. Go ahead.
What I'm gonna say is really because I have been watching it in pieces, and your commentary made me listen to it twice. I want to listen to it twice, and I'm talking about an interview with a certain person. because I didn't watch the whole thing. And when we spoke on it briefly, you're like, he spewed some XYZ. And so I listened to it. And
What we talking about now? We still talking about Love and Hip Hop? We talking about something else?
Moving on from that.
You're talking about Dub the Mage.
No. I'm talking about Antonio Royal Wilson Brown. And so I listened to the whole interview he had on the I Am an Athlete podcast.
I haven't listened to that one. Was it good?
That's the only one he did.
No, it's not. He did a previous podcast before that. So right after the incident happened, I forgot the name of that podcast he did, bro. And that's when he threw Tom Brady under the bus. And then he did another pod. He did the I Am Athlete. Right after the incident, I forgot the name of the pod. I got to look it up. But he did a pod with two guys. And then it was like literally right after it, like maybe a couple of days. And then he did I Am Athlete. I Am Athlete just dropped Monday.
It just dropped Monday. But all that being said, his commentary on a lot of things was so articulate and so to what we was, because remember yesterday we talked about media, and we had, last part we talked about media, and his take on what he was saying was really right in line with what we were trying to talk about. And you had people who were speaking from your perspective, and people were speaking from his perspective. I'm talking about in the panel right there was him, Swaggy P, Brandon Marshall, and who was the I forgot his name. Jorick, not Jorick. Jay something or Oridic. He was a D end in the NFL for many years.
Mm-hmm.
And so talking about the narrative and changing the narrative or controlling the narrative. And he was saying, like I was saying, like, you can't change the narrative. They're going to create the narrative they want no matter what you do. Right? And he's like, well, what is the level? What is the level that you decide you would give up your, what is your integrity number? Is it 20 million? Is it 30 million? Is it 10 million? Is it 10,000? It's like everybody's talking about how I gave up 30 million, not knowing I already got 30 million in the bank. So that's not the motivator for me. You know what I mean? And Brandon Marshall was like telling him, well, you should have done it this way, and this is how, I would have did this, did that. And he was like, come on, bro. Like, you telling me, somebody tell you cut right down the field in the middle of a game, you did all this stuff, you hurting, you mad because you ain't got receptions, all this kind of stuff, and you gonna go be quiet and sit down. Why I gotta sit there? He told me to get the fuck off the sidelines. That's what I did. You know what I mean? And a lot of caveats and a lot of very poignant points he made that I think are not talked about loud enough in our society, in our culture, more than anything else. It's like, we'll do anything for the bag, man, and we'll ostracize and belittle people who won't do everything for the bag, even if we see afterwards that bag wasn't his motivation, or that wasn't what makes or breaks him. Like, my kids are good, my family's good, people around me good. I'm sitting up, I'm with Madonna, Kanye, and Julia Fox. Like, my life's not bad, man. Well, how y'all feel like I'm losing out and I'm living a great life? Look on your face is like, what?
I didn't hear. I'm just listening to you. I didn't hear the interview. I saw bits and pieces of it on IG. I haven't had a chance to hear the full interview. So I don't think Antonio Brown is uneducated or dumb. So I'm pretty sure he can express himself very articulately. I even said shit. This the same guy who turns around and after he does the I Am Athlete and after he trolls the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for losing the playoff game,
yeah,
he says he wants to play for the Ravens next season.
Yeah.
Do you think that he has a shot to play for the Ravens?
Yes,
Why?
he has a big shot to play. Why? Because the quarterback's already co-signed it. 1, 2, because Jim Harbaugh, how do you say his name?
Harbaugh
Harbaugh has already proven, like, hey, I'm not set in my ways to where I won't move differently. Like everybody in the whole league didn't want to move for Lamar Jackson to change like that. But he's like, why would I move? Why would I change the offense? Fuck the conventional offense. We're gonna change the offense because he's a dynamic individual. And you know what I'm saying? So he's already proven that. He's gone all defense. He's gone all offense. Like he's a forward thinking coach. So yeah. I can see him going there.
So because he's a forward thinking coach, you think that he would? Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
If you were a coach, if you are a football coach in NFL,
Yeah.
take the bias away. Take the bias of Antonio Brown. Take the bias of being a black man away.
Mm-hmm.
I got a football team. I got good leadership on the team. I got good chemistry and camaraderie in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
I might be a healthy quarterback away, or a healthy quarterback season away, because he was hurt the season as you spoke about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one or two minor pieces away from probably being in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Would you take a chance on Antonio Brown?
What's the chance?
What he could do to the locker room?
There's a lot of backstory.
No. I'm just asking, would you take a chance on him?
That's what I'm saying. What you're saying is that he's a cancer. And what I'm saying is that from the words of players around him and his coaches, like he's a workaholic. All he cares about is being the greatest football player he can be. He's a plus in the locker room. He doesn't come late to practice. He plays hurt. He is a great football player. So the narrative that's been pushed by the media or by whatever to say he's this cancerous person in the locker room, like what are they going to do to the locker room? Where has he gone that they haven't won?
Has it really been a narrative only pushed by the media? And why would the media, and in your words, why would the media want to push that? And secondly, have we heard any commentary from coaches that said he can be a locker room cancer at times? I don't think his work ethic has never been in question. So that's not a thing. Him answering the bell on Sundays has never been in question.
I've never heard a coach say Antonio Brown is a cancer in my locker room, which is so crazy, which is so interesting.
Well, we have, but I guess it doesn't count from Bruce Arians. So
what I'm saying is the same.
saying I guess it doesn't count from him, so that's cool.
I'll ask you a question. This is the same dude. Like there was an uproar about how Antonio Brown did Bruce Arians, and but there was no uproar when Bruce Arians went punch his player in the back of the head.
It was.
No, come on, bro.
It was all over ESPN.
He got a $50K fine, and it was a story for maybe half a day. Now, if you telling me that the exact same person that somebody was like, hey man, this dude here, he kind of ain't right. We've been having problems. He ain't want me. This is what cancer is. I got a player on my team, and I'm steady saying I ain't want him here nowhere. No way. This is the word. You know this. I know this.
Yeah.
And he was saying, the coach was saying, I ain't want him here no way.
Yeah.
When he's here. So how is the player cancerous when the coach is the person that's promoting this type of cancerous? That's if my ace, my number one player on my team wants a player, and this player is here and producing, we got a Super Bowl with this player. He was a factor, a major factor in the Super Bowl. So now I'm gonna be like, I ain't want you here no way because we having some issues.
Well, I think. See, I don't think you're telling a complete story. Before AB played one snap for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Bruce Arians said he didn't want him on the team because of his past track record. Okay, this is not after Super Bowl winning season. He came. I'm saying before he stepped one toe in Tampa Bay, he said no. I think Tom Brady co-signed it. Tom Brady said, "Hey, I'm gonna make sure he does what he's supposed to," and so Bruce Arians signed off on it.
I think that Tom Brady said, "Look, man, your job. This because if you can assume what Tom Brady said, I can assume what you can assume." I feel
like what you're finna say is the exact same thing I said, just different. But I said he co-signed him. So however you're finna word Tom Brady telling Bruce Arians he's gonna play is a co-sign. But go ahead.
I'm saying Tom Brady said, "Your job is to coach. My job is to throw the ball. I want to throw the ball to him. If you want me on your team, put him on my team." Tom Brady definitely has more pull in the locker room than Bruce Arians.
Okay.
Would you agree on
You
that?
might be right. I'm not going to argue that. It's Tom Brady.
So what I'm saying is, if Tom Brady's like, and this is the part I think that but
Before you make your point, I want to state the fact that when LeBron does it, it's a problem. But when Tom Brady does it, it's not. Go ahead.
I think it's a problem. LeBron does it too.
I just said when LeBron does it, you say it's a problem. But when Brady's doing it, you say it's not. But go ahead.
So no, it's a big difference though. You know why?
Why is the difference?
Because Tom Brady is not taking his whole roster every year at the halfway point and being like, "Give me a new roster."
Well, you can't do that in football. It's easier in basketball. But go ahead.
But he not trading key pieces every year. He's not taking my tight end, my center, my wide receiver, and getting the. He's not doing it every year. He's not getting a whole new line every. You're not doing that.
You fiscally, you can't do that logistically in the NFL as you can in NBA.
What you mean? They both have caps. What you mean?
You can't.
They both have caps, right?
You can't do it the same way. Contracts are set up different. The movement of players in the NFL versus the trades in the NBA is different. The logistics of it are slightly different.
You heard it wrong because it would be harder in the NBA because NBA contracts are guaranteed, NFL contracts are not. So it's easier for me to cut somebody in the NFL than it is in the NBA. So it's easier for me to be like, I don't want you, I can cut you, blah blah blah, and get a penalty, as opposed to as harder in the NBA because I have guaranteed contracts, whereas in the NFL I can cut you and it's not guaranteed. Am I wrong or right?
Yes, you're right. I'm not. That portion of it I'm not speaking on. It's different when I have a starting roster of 5. What is the most number of players on the NBA team on the bench? What's the number?
It's 12 to 15.
All right. So it's easier to do that with a 12 to 15 man roster opposed to a 52 man roster. It is. And then
it can't be, but what I'm saying is how is it easy?
I don't want to get caught up on this. You're right.
No, but I'm asking you a question. Are NFL contracts guaranteed?
NFL contracts are guaranteed. Yes, they are.
Oh.
I'm sorry. No, they're not guaranteed. But what I'm saying is,
how am I shackled if I can cut you at any time if you're Tom Brady or if you're a 52nd man? I can cut you any time. There's only 2 guaranteed contracts in NFL. It's the white boy in Minnesota and the wide receiver. I forgot what. That's it. It's only 2 contracts.
What I'm trying to say is, when I say logistically, it's different. The guy that you would cut at the bottom of a 52 man roster, 9 times out of 10 is not going to be that difference maker for me to sign and put on my team. Now, however, in the NBA, there can be different conditions. Prime example, when Melo gets cut, or if Russell Westbrook gets cut, the climate behind how they're getting cut is a slightly different. I feel like I can find someone who gets cut and put them on my roster, or it's easier. And when I say easier, I mean you can have a superstar like, let's say James Harden says, "I want to move," and you move. When Richard Sherman says, "I want to move," it's a different movement. And I can cut somebody on my 52-man roster at the bottom. 9 times out of 10, he ain't gonna be a difference maker for me to go sign him and put him on my team.
But why are you comparing Russell Westbrook to somebody that's at the bottom of the roster? And why? See what I'm saying? Why are you comparing Russell Westbrook?
If you listen to what I said, and I said Westbrook, if you listen to what I said the climates are different. Like when Melo got traded and cut, or whatever it was that they did, you're cutting Carmelo Anthony because of a discount you can get for whatever it is. Like, I don't know how that shit really works, but I'm saying it doesn't work like that in NFL. Very seldom am I going to cut a player the caliber of Carmelo Anthony that relates to NFL. Does that make sense?
I did. Well, okay.
I'm asking, does that make sense?
I know. I'm saying. I understand what you're trying to say. I understand what you're saying. But what I'm saying is that it's hard. Like your example, it was hard as hell to trade James Harden. It's hard as hell to trade Russell Westbrook. It's hard. Like right now, he owed $43 million. So how I can't just cut him?
But LeBron isn't just adding players, and that's what I'm saying. So when what's the nigga that was the point guard for the Celtics that was with the Lakers and got cut and picked back up and traded again? Rajon Rondo.
Yeah.
So you don't find like it. I feel like I'm not gonna be able to find a roster movements to get a player the caliber of Rajon Rondo and Carmelo Anthony and get them on my team and they're difference makers in that way. It's easier to do that in the NBA opposed to what it looks like in the NFL. The fact that Tampa Bay was able to get Brady, Leonard Fournette, Gronkowski, and some of the other pieces they did in that one-off season, that off season, that's a one-off. That doesn't happen every off season. You're not just able to get a tight end the caliber of Gronkowski just laying around at the same time you're able to get a back the caliber of Leonard Fournette. It's a reason why Leonard Fournette was on the market at the price point he was, because he was injury prone and broke up. And we saw the results. Yeah. No. He was a good back, but he was having injury issues in Jacksonville and he got cut. If you notice this season, he was hurt again too, right? The one season he actually stayed healthy, they won a Super Bowl. And they also was running back by committee because they have a couple of backs. And that's all I'm saying.
Who they just picked up and cut to put him back on the roster?
He was hurt.
No, I'm saying who did they just pick up and then cut?
Oh, I don't know. I can't tell you that. You can tell me maybe, but I can't.
Le'Veon Bell.
Oh, well, see, come on now. Come on. It's Le'Veon Bell. When was the last time Le'Veon Bell was a factor in the league?
The year before last when he was with the Chiefs? Last year when he was with the Chiefs?
Last year you mean to Le'Veon Bell who didn't get in the game in crunch time? That Le'Veon Bell?
I mean Le'Veon Bell who got numbers with he played and was a factor with the Chiefs last year. Yeah.
I remember watching the Super Bowl. He didn't even get in.
But what about the games before that though? I'm just saying. So is he a quality back? Is he better than everything we got in the Texas? Okay, we're going off on tangent.
No. Let's stay here. Is he better than where?
Is he better than anything in the backfield of the Texans?
Oh, he definitely better than that nigga. He definitely better than the nigga we got in the trade for from Arizona.
Better than all that.
Philip Lindsay, if I'm going by availability, I gotta say he's better than Philip Lindsay because Philip Lindsay been hurt for a couple of years. I think the last time Le'Veon Bell truly was a factor was when he was in Pittsburgh. Because even in Kansas City, it was running back by committee, and he wasn't there long enough to pick up the offense. I honestly believe. I think if he would have stayed, he could be a factor. But he did some wild shit and said he'd never play for Homie again, and that's why he was gone. I don't know what happened with that. All I'm saying is, I think you're confusing
Le'Veon Bell with LaShawn McCoy. That's who said he wouldn't play for no more. I believe it was LaShawn McCoy.
Shady McCoy? Nah, it was Le'Veon made a statement. That's why he left Kansas City. I remember that shit. Le'Veon made a statement, bro.
Okay.
Now, I don't know what Shady McCoy said in Kansas City. I think he ended his career in Buffalo.
Shady McCoy, no, he won a championship in Kansas City and retired.
Are you sure he won in Buffalo?
He won a championship. He got two.
So you're saying he came from Buffalo and went to Kansas City?
He got two championships back to back. He got one with Kansas City, and then next year, whoever won next year, he was on that squad too.
Who won after? City. It was Kansas City, and I thought it was Tampa Bay.
So the year before Kansas City won. So he got two back-to-back rings and didn't play.
One Philly the year before Kansas City.
Yes, so he got one for Philly,
right?
And he didn't play, and he got one Kansas City next year and didn't play, and he retired.
So you're saying he went from Philly to Buffalo, back to Philly, then to Kansas City, then retired.
Hello, he was in Buffalo. I know his last 2 years with Kansas City, and you gonna look it up.
No. Go ahead. I'm not saying you're wrong at all. I 100% can be wrong. I just know he was in Buffalo. I thought his last years were in Buffalo. I could be wrong though.
Look it up, man. I know he got a championship with Kansas City, and Buffalo.
I forgot. Honestly, I forgot he even played with Kansas City. To be honest with you,
I'm just saying.
So I'm not doubting you.
I'm just saying. But anyway, back to the main point of everything is that our perception of how we like Ain't nothing wrong with AB, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with AB. What's wrong is how we try to pigeonhole or push people to believe something because that's our, belief system or our hierarchy of what's important. Like everybody's worried about he left $3 million on the table. Just go play and get that money. Just go play and get that money. But he like, bruh, I'm gonna be great whether I get that 30 million or not. And I'm talking about I'm gonna be great on the field, off the field, either way. This is the third time that we've heard the same conversation about he ain't gonna play no more. It's the third time. We heard it when he left Pittsburgh. We heard it when he left the Raiders. Now we hear.
Well, I don't think we heard when he left Pittsburgh he won't gonna play no more.
Oh, well, okay. This is the third time we've heard that this is the third time he's had a situation where people said he wasn't gonna play. Oh man, who gonna pick him up? Why would they pick him up? The Raiders was like, man, I'll pick him up.
When he left Pittsburgh, he was gonna play again. There was no way in hell he wasn't gonna play again when he left Pittsburgh. Now I do believe after he left the Raiders, how he left and some of the off-field shit he had going on, I think that's why people were cautious of touching him. And then he got the look from New England and had some off-the-field bullshit again, which might not have been 100% his fault. And that's why it was in question.
At the end of the day, man, I think that the priority that we put on certain things, and I'm not talking about you in particular, I'm just talking about us as a people. Because unlike I'm not gonna say I be in these streets, but I do rub elbows with people a lot. I do have conversations with people a lot, and not necessarily I'm just asking you, what do you think about this? Well, I'm in situations to be.
Hold on, you're right. So he did retire. So he won a ring 2020 with Tampa Bay. 2019 he won a ring with Kansas City. Then he was Buffalo, Philly. Go ahead. I knew he played for Buffalo.
Yeah,
I didn't realize this nigga went from Kansas City to Tampa Bay.
I told you he went back-to-back championships.
I told you I didn't doubt you. I told you that. My words were, I believe you. I'm probably wrong. I just knew he played for Buffalo.
I was agreeing with you. I thought you were trying to say he went from Kansas City back to Buffalo. I'm like,
I didn't realize the Buffalo. I didn't realize the Buffalo was 4 seasons that long ago.
Yeah, he was Philly, then Buffalo, then Kansas City, then Bucks, right?
Yeah. He retired a Buck, and I that's crazy. And that's what I'm saying, bro. And then I'm gonna just make your point because I think you had a good point. That's crazy, bro. It's hard for an NFL team to get to do that in one offseason. Go ahead.
But it's not though.
It's super crazy for you to get. I get it. Tom Brady in his 40s. It's super crazy for you to pick up Tom Brady, Shady McCoy, Leonard Fournette, Gronkowski, AB, and I'm not even naming what they picked up on defense. Ndamukong Suh, fucking Pierre Paul, whatever that nigga name is, that blew half his hand off. That's crazy. You don't do that in 1 and 2 off seasons, bro. Go ahead though.
And that's what I'm saying. The only knock on all these players is media driven. It's not based in their production. It's not based in anything they did on the field. It's media driven.
But the only players on that roster I just named that have a knock on their name outside of AB might be Ndamukong Suh because he likes to step on people with his cleats. It ain't no smut on nobody's name outside of Pierre Paul because he blew his hand up being ignorant with firecrackers. And
what I'm saying is the way you describe it is saying he blew his hand up because everybody knows he blew his hand up, right? He signed a big deal. He had a firecrack incident and blew his hand up. So now it's a stigmatism like, oh, this dude ain't XYZ, whatever.
That's not true. The stigmatism was they didn't know if he would be able to
Exactly.
They didn't know. No, that's what I'm saying. No. You can't say that. It's not a media-driven narrative if you don't know how he's going to perform as a pass rusher with half a hand when using your hands is a big part of the actual position. So that's not a media-driven knock or narrative. That's facts.
I gotta have fingers, bro, to rush a quarterback.
Have you ever played outside rush linebacker or DN? You definitely need your hands for separation, for swim moves and other things.
No,
You
can't.
100% need the use of your hand.
So they have a middle linebacker who ain't got no hand at all.
Did you hear what I said? I didn't say middle linebacker who plays sideline to sideline. I said outside rush DN or outside rush linebacker.
You telling me a person who needs to be catching balls can have one hand, but a person whose main objective is to put pressure on the quarterback needs to have hands?
So actually, your middle linebackers aren't required to catch balls. I'm not a skill position. My job is to defend. Name me 5 linebackers who are sure-handed, damn near like receivers. You don't have to have 2 hands to play linebacker. I need to tackle people and bat balls down. I can do that. What I'm saying is, and I explained to you,
with a nub. You telling me I'm a better linebacker with a nub?
What do you mean a better linebacker? What are you talking about?
I'm saying that Shaquille, whatever his name is, doesn't even have a hand, and he's playing in a position where balls are coming his way. Right, one of his main
catching the ball is, but catching the ball is not. Catching the ball at middle linebacker is not a required function. My job, honestly, is to be able to play sideline to sideline, stop the brush, be able to guard whoever's coming out the backfield in passing situations if I can. My main objective is to stop you from catching the ball or separate you from ball once you catch it. That can be many things. I can hit you once you catch the ball, sure tackle someone, bat the ball down. When I'm an outside rush DN or linebacker, separation is key. You can do it by speed and hand fighting, as they called it in the trenches. And if you have half a hand, you could be at a disadvantage as an outside rush pass rusher. That's all that I said, but whatever.
Keep going. You have, man. Okay. Yeah.
Whatever, bro.
This right here. This right here is throwing my whole game. This right here.
What does that mean?
It wasn't his hand; it was his fingers that got knocked off. So
what are you talking about?
His fingers. I'm talking about JPP.
Yeah. If you see his hand, it's not like this. It's actually the thumb, the index finger, something else. So it's really more like this. It ain't like this.
You can't see.
He lost like half of this right here. That was the whole thing. You can't. Exactly.
Sir, no, we can't see your hand.
I'm just saying he didn't. It's not this. This is not what he's missing. He's missing like half of this. So this is the part that he has trouble with one of his hands.
Keep going.
No, but you know it, bro. You know it all. You know it. Have you ever played outside rush linebacker or pass rushing DN?
I've definitely played.
How did you get separation, sir? At 6'3", 110. How did you get separation?
I wasn't 6'3", 110 at the time.
What were your specs?
I was probably like 5'9", 5'8", probably like 1.
And at what level of football was this?
This is like middle school.
Yeah, so you don't know anything about it. Go ahead, keep going.
Yeah, so because I played.
Have I ever told you how to play point guard? Have I ever told you how to play shooting guard?
So you're telling me because
I'm asking you, have I ever told you how to do that?
No.
Okay.
I'm just saying that what you're saying is that because I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. I'm just saying that the logic that you're using is not universal, because like I agree with you that a middle linebacker doesn't have to be able to catch the ball, but there's no fucking way in the world if I got all these premier athletes in the league in the world, I'm gonna pick one with no hand unless that position is I don't have to have a hand. So you telling me that a person that like there are more balls that come at a middle linebacker than a defensive end?
You do realize the pure function of separation and playing linebacker is different from a defensive lineman. You do realize that, right?
Yeah, but I realize that a linebacker is going to have to cover more than a D end. And if I have somebody in coverage, that means that they're throwing it. So I'm going to have more opportunities to put a back on a linebacker than a back on a D end. And we're getting way too technical right now.
Because you're saying because he only has one hand, he's at a disadvantage from catching the ball. Is that what you're saying?
From even batting the ball down.
So let me ask you a question.
What?
What do you do with a skill position receiver who can't catch a cold? What do you do with him?
You sit him down.
No. What do you do with him?
You sit him down to learn to catch.
No, you don't.
What you do? You send him on go routes to be a dummy?
No.
What would you do, sir?
You make him flip sides, you teach him how to tackle, and you make him play cornerback. You do realize 90% of your cornerbacks that run 4-3, 4-4, their receivers couldn't catch the ball. You do realize that, right?
There were small receivers that couldn't catch the ball. How many 6'4", 6'3" cornerbacks you got in the league?
Well, that's you don't have a lot of that. The Legion of Boom was one of the only ones who had that. It's like very rare that I'm gonna get a 6'4", 6'5" guy who can actually play cornerback.
Exactly.
It's different between being 6'4", 6'5", and can actually run. I don't know why I'm having this conversation with you, bro.
No, because you make no sense, bro. You just told me.
I make no sense.
You just told me what I do with a person with a wide receiver.
What do I do with a 6'1", 4.42 speed receiver who can't catch a cold? What do I do with him?
How many 6'1" cornerbacks in the league, bro?
That's a lot. 6'1" and under. Yeah, that's a lot.
Most of them are 6 foot and under, not 6'1". If I'm 6'1",
oh my God, are we really arguing an inch, my guy?
But it's more of them that's 5'9".
All right, man, go ahead, bro. Make your point. Make your point. I'm not doing this tonight because I'm not getting mad. It's literally first off, I'm not getting mad. I'm really not getting mad.
Man.
I'm getting frustrated because I'm really trying to talk to you about a position from a technical standpoint. And the one thing, let me finish. Let me finish. And the one thing you do is I'm trying to talk to you, and it shouldn't even been the 10-minute argument it is now. I'm simply telling you, hey, when you're playing outside rush linebacker or DN, you need hands for separation. The hand fighting is key. And you bring up the anomaly, the one of a lifetime guy who overachieved with one hand that made it to the NFL as an example of I don't need hands to play the game. And I think that's ludicrous. Whatever.
Okay, what I'm saying is if you have that much passion to say that you have information and you have a technical understanding of something to a point where you're like, some intricacies, you've played the game, you've played the position, you understand how it goes, and you're like, okay, XYZ. But then when I say, okay, when you make a comment about love and hip hop and say this, that, and the other, I'm like, well, let me finish. When I'm saying, well, the reason why they ain't talking to Bowie, because Bowie wasn't on the show with them other guys. They fucking with them. They fucking with the guys that they know. So to the outside look, that's what I'm saying. You seen 2 episodes, so I could understand. You right. To an outside looking in, it's like they don't fuck with Jules and Boobie, but Jules and Boobie don't have all the episodes that Rich Dollars and so and so. And they wasn't. I want to say, Boobie was with. He was in Atlanta. He wasn't in New York. He was never in New York. He was with Keisha Cole, wherever she was. That's Atlanta. Probably. I mean, yeah, Keisha Cole. That was Atlanta or whatever. So it's like, I'm not testing him because I don't know him. But I do know Safari. I do know I've been messing with. We've been playing games with Safari, Cisco, Safari, and them 4 guys been playing games with each other for the last 10 years. But then when I say that, I don't have to have educated. But then now you telling me about all this. So make it work both ways. That's why I was trying to say. I was like, I understand what you're saying, bro. But I'm saying that there's intricacies, and I can step back and say, well, maybe there are some intricacies about the defensive end position that I might not understand, or I might not understand to the level that you understand it. But I'm saying that if you can have that same vitriol about that, then you can't belittle what I'm saying about the, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like if we gonna have that stance, then we have to be equal. It can't be just like, oh, when you know something, oh shit, then I gotta respect everything about you. But then when I say, well, I know a little more about this, or I've watched this a lot more, oh man, no man, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to get old. Anyway.
So what we're not gonna do is I'm not gonna argue for the sake of arguing. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
No. That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna argue for the sake of arguing. One. And everything, and that's this is one of the things we run into a lot. Everything does not have to be a competition of who knows what. So the statement, but listen to what I'm saying. The statement about love and hip hop, I have watched enough Love and Hip Hop, and I think I even started the comment with saying these guys are veterans of Love and Hip Hop more than Boobie Gibson and Juelz. Now, the guys that I spoke of, Rich Dollaz, Peter Guns, Cisco, Safari,
Yeah.
these are all New York guys. Am I correct?
Yes, they are.
They all have a history with Juelz. We know that.
Not really. No.
No, they all at some point in time have run in similar circles.
No, bro. Not Rich
All
Dollars.
right,
not
you got it, bro.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying
You're
is,
right. I don't know. You're right.
as far as that show, no.
I'm not talking about I'm not talking about the show. As I said, they're all New York guys. They're from New York. They've all have run in similar circles in New York because they're all in the music business in New York.
How often you run to how often do you run to Chameleonaire?
I'm not in the music business.
You were. How many times in when you were rapping did you see Chameleonaire?
It's a difference. We weren't even rapping on that level. And when we did do certain shows in clubs, we ran into these guys.
We have never run into Chameleonaire.
That is not true. We have definitely ran into Chameleonaire, Paul Wall, and some of these other guys out and about in Houston trying to be rappers. And you know we have.
We have run to Chameleonaire.
In random clubs. So you mean to tell me you've never run into Chameleonaire? I ain't saying ran into Chameleonaire like had a conversation with him. You've never been in the same spot?
I'm asking you what I'm asking you to just remind me.
20 years ago, nigga, I don't know. You know how many clubs we was in?
I can tell you 100% the times we ran into. I have a decent memory. I know we've done shows with. In fact, I can say we've done shows with every single rapper in Houston except Chameleonaire.
I didn't say we did a show with this person. Did I say that?
That's what I'm saying. You talking about running? That's what I'm saying. You talking about running in circles? I'm talking about we've done shows.
What time out? What time? Whoa. Time out. We're talking about established guys in New York versus us trying to get put on. You don't think
us trying to get part.
You don't think that these guys have run into each other in New York as long as they've been doing music in New York? You don't think these guys have run into each other?
How many times have we run into Bun B and had conversations with Bun B?
3 times, 4 times.
How many times we ran into Paul Wall? How many times we ran into Zero?
Paul Wall is different. We ran into Paul Wall a bunch of times.
How many times we didn't been done shows ran into 3-2? How many times we ran into
what is the point you're making? What's the point you're making?
I'm saying that on every level of music in Houston, and we weren't.
You're talking about one guy. Am I correct?
That's what I'm saying. That's what
you're talking about one guy.
I'm saying is like you're saying that because they're all in New York. New York is the okay. Keep going.
No, you got it, bro. You got it.
Yeah, I know. You got it. You got it.
I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what else you want me to say. Sometimes it seems like we argue for the sake of arguing. Like real talk. I really do. I'll try to make a point. All I was saying was you can't tell me that those guys don't know who Juelz Santana is. I can understand if you're telling me they don't know who Boobie Gibson is. They know who Juelz is. They know who he is. And
dealing with him is 2 different things. I know a bunch of rappers in Houston, but I don't know. If we in the same room, we ain't putting this beat.
What was the point I made about the Love Hip Hop statement? Tell me the point I made.
You said that they ain't try Boobie Gibson and they ain't try Juelz Santana.
I also said they ain't try Stevie J as well, but go ahead.
Yeah, but I'm saying that they ain't tried Stevie J. And my point was saying that there's a history with Stevie J and them. There's no history whatsoever with Boobie and Juelz.
So that has never stopped Mona Scott in Love of Hip Hop with a storyline, a new person, a new cast member on there, them trying them. That has never stopped that.
How many shows you watch again?
I watched a lot of shows.
No, how many Love and Hip Hops you watched?
In my lifetime?
You just told me I really just watched 2 episodes of this thing right here.
No. So you're not listening to what I said. I said of this new reunion show they have on, I only watched the last 2 of this new reunion show. That's what I said.
You're right.
I didn't say I didn't watch Love and Hip Hop. I watched Love and Hip Hop since Jimmy was on there the first time. Not the reboot, but literally the first time. Like I've adamantly watched Love and Hip Hop up until it got too silly for me. When they started having these different spinoffs of this show and that show, like the chick that was Tiny's hairdresser is on this reunion show. And she with all the shits, and they don't have the history and the chemistry of the other ones because she's relatively new. All I was saying was it's funny that the shenanigans,
Tiny's hairdresser?
Yeah, I forgot it. Shekinah. Her name was like Shekinah or something. She's Tiny's hairdresser, bro. Literally, that's all she did.
No, is that the one that's accusing T.I. and them of the sexual?
No. That wasn't a hairdresser. That was just a random thought, I believe.
No.
It's not Shekinah. It's not Shekinah.
You sure?
It's not Shekinah. It's not her.
No. That's what I'm saying. There's Shekinah's a short, chubby chick, right?
She ain't chubby no more, but yeah.
And she used to hang out with Tiny, right?
She was a hairdresser.
Yeah, and
she's accusing him of sexual misconduct as well.
Well, kind of. So what happened was she was saying that Tiny was calling her, saying she wanted to go fight somebody over T.I.
Oh, I don't know nothing about that.
Why you calling me? That's your relationship.
I don't know about that.
It's a lot of which is going to the next segment.
Time out. No.
I'm trying to leave this alone. I'm trying to move on.
No. And see, that's my beef with you, my nigga, because you'll try to make a bullshit ass point, and then you'll want to leave this. And that's when I'm going to my next point. And
have I
go ahead.
Have I called your points bullshit?
You have actually.
Name one.
Shit, the one you want me to start at one? You just told me last pod. See, no, that's bullshit. Pod before. No, man, you want that bullshit. Pod before. No, man, that's that bullshit. It's every episode. You told me my AB take was bullshit. You told me my Sesame Street take was bullshit. You told me my take last week about media propaganda was bullshit. You told me my BET take was bullshit. We can go on and on about it every time you tell me my take is bullshit when I don't agree with you. And I really try to give you sound logic. I try to be unbiased. I try to look at both sides of the spectrum, and you'll say it's bullshit. Let's go to your next point.
Because it be bullshit, bro.
You're right. It's bullshit.
No,
hold on. It be bullshit. Go on. No. It's bullshit.
Why? So how come? How about this? What is? And this is a very great point right here to make with me and you. Why you excelling on me, man?
I'm listening, bro.
So, what I believe is an issue in our communities is conflict resolution, right? And so, I can admit to say that me saying that it's bullshit is not the best way to resolute a conflict. But also, I feel like there has to be a happy not a medium where we can come together and be like, okay, this is how I feel, this is how I feel. And we have to be able to move in that space and not just be like, well, and this is why I was going to the next point. Are you from Atlanta? The election time's coming up, right?
Yeah. And
so when you look at the election and look at all these advertisements and whatever, and people they posters out and they right?
You're not allowed to call someone's take bullshit consistently and then try to make it seem like we need to find a happy median. You're not allowed to discredit. You're not allowed to discredit someone's take consistently when they don't agree with you or your opinion. And then when you try to make it seem like you're being the adult and you're moving on from it, saying we have to find a median place. You're not allowed to do that if you're not going to be open-minded enough and listen to both sides when we're talking about it.
So you think I don't listen to you, bro?
I know for a fact that you don't listen to you. Once you have your opinion in your mind, your opinion becomes fact, and it's that way, and it's no other outlook or way about it.
Not true at all, man.
And then once someone gives you some stats or some facts or or whatever it is, instead of you acknowledging it, like, you know what, maybe I had the wrong thought process. Like I'll say, I might have the wrong thought process. You go to something else. So you'll pull up this, and then you'll pull up that. You'll switch. You'll switch the take.
If that was true, I would have rode you on the Shady McCoy thing for like 20 minutes, bro.
What are you talking about?
Because I knew when you were saying that, I'm knowing the whole time, bro. Like I'm knowing.
But what did I say when we were saying that? My words clearly were, I don't know. I could be wrong. That's what I said. I never led with facts saying Shady McCoy definitely last played with the Bills.
But I'm telling you wrong, and you telling me no.
I didn't say no. My words were, damn, my nigga, I didn't know. I said my words never were, nah, nigga, you wrong. My words were, I didn't know. I literally led with, I could be wrong. I don't know. And then from there,
I'm telling you off the rip. I'm trying to show you a point of my maturity. I'm saying this.
I've done the exact same thing to you. I've told you some shit is I said, bro, I know this for a fact. Prime example, the whole thing when it comes to playing a position, you got to use your hands in playing said position. Bro, this is fact. You got to do this.
Yeah, you do.
Not only do I know from experience, like you have to do this. Like you can go look at the film, you can go look at how it's coached. And instead of that, you pull up, it's a linebacker in the league with one hand, right? Like, come on, bro.
But what I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. Why I said that is because what you're saying is that if you don't have this thing, then you can't be effective. And I'm like, this is not no regular.
And that right there is the problem. That right there is the problem. The fact that I'm telling you what you have, and this is what I'm saying. And this is what I'm saying. The fact that I'm telling you, hey man, 98% of the time, this is what you need to be successful at doing what you're doing. And you're saying, and you bring up a 1 out of 50 years example of a guy who excelled or succeeded with one hand. That's what you're doing.
And I'm saying JPP is a 1 in 50-year player.
We're not talking about JPP. We're talking about the guy who actually. No, you brought up the middle linebacker without a hand, and that's who we're talking. No. You brought up the middle linebacker without a hand. Is that who you brought up?
Yes. Shaquille.
That is a one of a lifetime situation or example of someone who overachieved and made it despite a handicap. How many one-handed linebackers do you think you're gonna see again in your lifetime?
Not many.
That is the exception, not the rule.
Okay, is JPP the rule or the exception as a player? Without hand or not, is he the exception of the rule? Off the rip,
JBP is an outside rush DN who, after his issue, slightly fell off.
But where was he? But before he fell off, where was he?
He was all world, and that's what I'm saying. He was all world, bro. He was unblockable before. So with the hand situation, he became slightly blockable. But I can't fault the media for asking the question, will he be able to be as productive as he was with the injury? It's the same thing with J.J. Watt. Once J.J. Watt and Ray Lewis kept tearing his pec. J.J. Watt kept tearing his pec. Will he be as effective with this injury now as he was before? Same thing with Arian Foster with the soft tissue shit. Will he be as effective now as he was before? It's not a knock or a negative narrative for the media to ask said question after an injury. And asking said question after the injury is different than fielding questions about someone's character because of some things that have happened off the field. Because your example was the guys that I named all had questionable passes that the media brought up. And all I was saying was that's not true. JPP had an injury. Gronk had injuries. That's not a negative narrative.
Gronk retired.
Gronk retired because he kept getting hurt and he didn't want to play in New England anymore. He was not going to get traded to Detroit. But the reason why they were trying to trade him, because Gronk had a couple of injuries back to back to back. Am I right or am I wrong? So Gronk taking off a year or two was great for Gronk. And Gronk today ain't the same Gronk he was 4 years ago.
Now, question. Who? Not who. Do you think that Ben Roethlisberger has a questionable past?
Of course he does. We know Ben Roethlisberger was raping young ladies in bathroom stalls.
I would never say that, but I would say that he had a questionable past.
Of course.
Okay. So how often did you hear that brought up in this year?
In this year, it hasn't been brought up.
Now, in last year, when Antonio Brown had no issues, performed at his level, as he said, hit him with the juke move in the end zone for the TD in the Super Bowl. Every time he does something, what do they talk about?
What do you mean? The only reason why they were talking about shit last year because he had that almost domestic violence bullshit still going on last year with his baby mama.
Well, that's what I'm saying. every time AD does, and this is what I'm trying to say to you, my brother. Like, nigga, let the person, let he who was without sin cast the first stone. I'm not
casting a stone, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not casting a stone. And even the shit with Ben Roethlisberger was that was years ago.
About you,
but that was years ago.
I'm not talking about you though. I'm not talking about you. What I'm saying is that I'm 100% not talking about you. But what I'm saying is that what their job is, like per last podcast, their job is to sell sensationalism. Stephen A, man, is a grade A asshole, bro. Stephen A talks, all he does, Skip Bayless, grade A asshole. Shannon Sharp, man, had the audacity to get mad at somebody for talking about him, bro. The audacity, bro. The audacity to be like, man, don't talk about me. DM me. Like, this is how they feel. The media feel like they untouchable. Like, why would I pay why would I pay somebody who talks about sport at the same level as the person who's doing the sport? To think about that for 1 second, bro. I'm gonna pay the person that's talking about the sports the same amount of money and give them a contract like they playing a sport.
But you're getting that contract because you're good at what you do, because of the ratings that you pull in. You're getting that contract because of the ratings you pull in.
In no scenario should the person that's talking about something get paid at the same rate or on the same way that the person that's doing it.
So you don't think? Well, hold on. What do you mean the same rate? Give me a number. It doesn't have to be official. Give me a number. What you think of?
No, that's what I'm saying.
I want to know because I want to do some comparison.
That's what I'm saying. You talking to somebody who was a journalist, went to school for journalism.
Do you think Shannon Sharp should get paid the money that is comparable to maybe practice squad NFL player? I don't know how much he gets. I'm pretty sure Shannon Sharp getting a couple mil, but whatever. Do you think Shannon Sharp is worth that couple mil he's getting?
No, what I'm saying, I'm not judging his worth. What I'm saying
we are judging their worth if we are comparing it toward if you're saying no journalist should get paid the money of someone who's playing the game. I don't think that there are people across Fox Sports NFL roster who are getting paid athlete money outside of a couple of few.
What I'm saying, but okay, so I'm gonna ask you a question. Stephen A. What qualifies Stephen A to talk about LeBron James?
I guess his beat writing that he did in Philadelphia, his years of experience he's had on ESPN, and the fact that you can put him and he steps on damn near every programming across Disney's network, from NFL to NHL to MLB to boxing to MMA to golf, you name it, NASCAR, he's commentating on it. So you have to give some credence to someone who has done his due diligence and is able to
That's why I become
and listen to what I'm saying. And is able and is able to educatedly speak about these things. Now, if you don't agree with some of his takes, and I can understand that, I do feel like some of his takes he toasts the line, but some of the reason why he gets paid some of the money is because Stephen A is kind of low-key a shock jock. He says some things for shock value, and I understand that. And I can understand the person who dislikes Stephen A or doesn't agree with his takes. But the one thing you can't say is the man hasn't put in the work to get the payday that he has now. You can't say that.
Once again, and no offense meant in this conversation, in this commentary.
But it's bullshit.
No. I'm not gonna say that. What I'm saying is, like, bro, think about it like this. You telling me that Stephen A, who hasn't played 1 minute of NBA basketball in his life, can sit or hasn't played 1 down of NFL football in his life, can sit across from Michael Irvin, from you name the professional, Jalen Rose, said the most poignant thing ever on TV when he told Skip, like, hold up, Skip, you ain't even prospering in high school, man. So how do you feel you can get up here and talk about me? I mean, you can have your opinion, But if to quote every black person in the world ever, man, grown folks is talking, man. Sit down, bro.
Let me ask you a question.
Grown folks is talking, man.
Can I ask you a
Sit
question?
down.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Let's say we get up, and I'm just hypothetical. Hypothetically, Barstool listens to 16 Shots podcast and says, you know what, you niggas got talent. I
Yeah.
hope they don't say that. But if they do, we can sue them. But
Yeah.
if they say, man, y'all boys got talent,
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw y'all 10 mil to be on Barstool. Give us your opinions. What qualifies us to be able to because in a certain sense we're kind of media. What gives us the credentials to be able to hop in the media lane and get paid more than some people who've been to school and been doing this for 20 plus years?
That's a great question. So what I'm saying is,
And it's
what
no
gives-
difference. And honestly, I don't think it's any difference.
I didn't answer the question for you. Tell me.
No, I was just
Try.
I was just finishing my point. I'm not disputing
Go ahead.
anything. I'm just
Go
saying
ahead.
I don't think it's any difference. Go ahead.
Okay. Where I see a difference, the difference to me is that if we're saying we're opinion based and we're saying this is my opinion and take, that's one thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every human being on the planet is entitled to their own personal opinion,
Okay.
right? Now it's another thing to be like, for me, it's like it's like Janet Rose was saying, it's one thing to get your opinion. When you start calling this person Christina Bosch, when you start saying that your opinion of somebody is what they are, and you have it all goes it leaks all the way to being like, we are a nation, we are a people of followers.
Well, hold
So-
on. Let me stop you right there, though. I agree. Christina Bosch, shit like that, I'm not feeling that. But if we all have opinions and all Stephen A. and Skip Bayless do are give you their, you can argue if it's educated or not, educated opinion on sports, the Max Kellermans of the world. Was Max Kellerman ever a professional boxer?
Yeah, he boxed.
Was he a professional boxer?
I think so.
Like, did Max Kellerman win any belts?
He didn't win a belt, but I think he boxed though.
So, Dana White, was Dana White ever?
He did. I think Dana White did do some MMA.
Okay. Now, we know
Not sure.
we
but I
know
think
Stephen A. has played some basketball. He just didn't make it to the NBA.
he didn't make it to the. He wasn't a D1 player.
Okay. So, okay, let me ask you a question.
What's
Let's
that?
say if you made it to ESPN and you spoke and you analyzed the game.
Yes.
Do you think that you would be able, if I follow your what you're saying, would you be qualified to give commentary on NBA players?
100%.
And tell me why.
Because if you put NBA players in front of me, I could talk to them about it.
Mm-hmm.
I can perform, or even if at this point I'm over the age to be able to do. But in my 20s and 30s, I was competing with NBA players, right? And so when it's the reason why Clyde Drexler and Michael Jordan and great players are horrible coaches, is because when you get down to the nitty gritty and you start talking about, well, this is what I would do, right? That's why Michael Jordan is a GM and not a coach.
I get it. Because the Jordans of the world and the Kobes of the world, it's hard for them to tell you what to do because you might not have what they had.
You don't have that. You don't
ain't
have
got that in you.
And that, not even that. And I'm gonna take it to different. It's to me personally, it ain't even a physical thing. It's a mental off tick you have to be a great athlete, whether it be football, baseball, basketball, soccer, tennis. It's a mental off tick that you have that you think to yourself like, okay, shit, I could just go jump and shoot a regular jump shot, but shit, let me try to double pump. You know what I'm saying? Now you have some technicians. You have John Stocktons.
Mm-hmm.
You have who is the tenant quarterback? You have I might even say a Matt Sharp. No.
No. You know what? 90% of the people who are sitting at home being armchair quarterbacks can't do 1% of what Matt Sharp can do on the NFL field in his prime.
Yeah, but I'm saying you have like I was listening to 610 today, man. I don't want to give them.
Don't listen to 610. Fuck them. Fuck 610. Fuck them.
Okay, but anyway, why you guys something against 610?
Yeah, fuck them. So look, I say all of this. Man, fuck 610. No, I'm gonna let you finish. But I say all of that to say this because you're gonna be long-winded with your point. I understand your point you're making. I say all of that. I say all of that to say this. Would you say you are a music connoisseur?
I think that I'm a music.
I think you're a music savant. Can I say that?
Yeah, I would.
I think you're a music savant. With that being said, I think that if there was a channel where they had music analysts, if you were on Revolt and you had a show where all you did was critique music, present and past, you are a music savant and you will be great at it. Terramana, I see. And I think that you could say, you know what? And I'm just saying, I'm not saying you would say this. You can say, you know what? Man, that new Gunna album was trash. And you give your 10 points of why it's trash because you are a music savant. I think Gunna can get on your platform and say, man, with all due respect, homie, you ain't pushing P. Fuck you. Show me your platinum plaques. You can't show me your platinum plaques. Your opinion don't mean shit to me because you ain't pushing P.
I'm glad you said that.
And I think that is the exact same thing that you said Jalen Rose said. You have to give credence and you have to give credit to these guys who have put the time in to be able to analyze the game. Now, some of their personal takes, calling people Christina Bosch and some of the other stuff, that's some bullshit. But when Stephen A. and Skip Bayless get on TV and call Russell Westbrook,
yeah,
they ain't tripping. But go ahead.
Okay, so I agree with you in some aspect. Where I think that the difference, or not the difference, where I'm trying to find my my personal growth is like not putting you on the spot, but like when you said that her new single, Santana's single, was trash, right?
Mm-hmm.
My personal growth is like is to be like, I don't like it, and I think it might be trash, but that's not my thing.
I can respect that.
Not my thing. So me going out and saying that that's trash is really me commentating or my feeling about her. Like, I know she can't rap. We both know that she can't.
Yeah, I do know she can't rap.
We know that she wants to do rap. We know that a lot of people do things because they can't do other things, and they try to convolute their music to fit a certain, like, on the cool, Joseline Hernandez is the most successful out of all the love and hip hop chicks. Because like her shit.
No, she's not.
Crazy. Oh well, besides Cardi B.
Okay, thank you.
But even in like, what's the last Cardi B single you heard?
Are you dare telling me that Joseline Hernandez is more successful than Cardi?
Ask your question. What's the last Cardi B single you heard?
Oh, Cardi ain't put out no music in a minute. Outside of shit. The last thing I heard Cardi on was
Seeing Green, probably.
The last thing I can say I heard her on was
one with her, Wayne, and Drake, Seeing Green, probably.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that Joseline Hernandez has a whole Latina wave that we don't even listen to, that she be eating off of, to the point where she ain't doing no reunion shows, man. Like,
nah, she ain't doing reunion shows because she got her own thing, Joseline's Cabaret or whatever.
She got her own show, man.
Yeah, she got her own show.
She got her own show. So
on Zeus Network, it's damn near porn.
That's what I'm saying. Respect the architect, man. Respect, like, she.
Now, who's the architect?
Flavor Flav. Well, Ray J. But what I'm saying is,
would it be New York? Would New York be the architect?
No, you can't play with Flav. It's Ray J, man.
Ray J got popping off a sex tape. So really, the architect would be Paris Hilton and
No, it'll be Ray J because
why is Ray J the architect?
Because it had for the Love of Ray J was the first VH1 show with the whole situation like that. That was the first one, and then all the rest of them, New York came from Flavor Flav show, but Flavor Flav show was after Love of Ray J. Ray J is the art.
Was Ray J before Ocho Cinco?
Stop, yeah, bro.
Okay.
Ray J is the architect, man. Ray J,
For the love of Ray J.
the first nigga that to say blood on a track, man. Ray J is the
What?
Yes, Ray J's the first nigga to get on a track on a major label and say blood and to rep blood gang. Look it up, man. Don't believe me. Look it up later on. But
Who came first, Ray J or West Side Connect?
Stop. No, Ray J's from the 90s, man.
And West Side Connection ain't?
They wasn't saying blood.
Dub C and Mac 10 ain't in the 90s?
Okay. Ray J is like 94, 95, no, 90, 97, 99, 98. West Side Connection wasn't saying blood. They were saying West Side Connection.
You mean to tell me Mac 10 wasn't screaming blood gang on nothing
Okay.
before West Side Connect?
Okay. What's the biggest West Side Connect song?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what the biggest song
off-
is. I don't know.
oh,
I'm just
first
asking.
off-
And I'm not no. This is what I'm saying.
Ray J.
I am asking you.
Man, look it up, man. Don't
Asking you.
listeners, look it up. Look up Ray J and be like,
Let me let me give some clarity to what I'm saying. I am not doubting you or your facts. I am in awe that out of all the gang banging rappers, Ray J, out of all people, is the first person to say blood on a track. I'm not doubting your knowledge. I am in awe that he was the first to do it.
I put a channel somebody right quick.
Oh, Jesus.
What's up, man?
Who do you supposed to be?
All right, man. Check this out. Remember Kool in the Gang, man?
I do remember Kool in the Gang.
Shit. Well, I'm Ricky. I'm in the gang.
You're Ricky and you're in the gang.
Yeah. I'm not in a gang. I'm in the gang.
Are
know
you
what
the
I'm
same
saying?
Ricky that got shot with a 12 gauge?
No. Kool in the Gang with the group. We had songs like, Celebrate. That was me.
That was you?
I didn't say the whole song. I just celebrate. That's all I said.
You didn't say the good times in the come on?
That was the other part. That was the rest of the game. Just me and Lamont and Joseph. We was like celebrate, and then Kool and everybody else. They said the good time. Come on.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of stuff that me, Lamont, Tyrone, Javarius, and Kool. We had a bunch of stuff that we did that we was innovators of the game. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you noticed this, but Juanita. I'm sorry, Joanna.
Mm-mm.
Joanna, I love you. That's one of the songs. That was my ex-gal, Joanna. Me and Joanna was dating. I told Kool about it. He wanted to write, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Ricky from Kool in the Gang. Now, I was there for everything. I could tell you some stories about Cool you wouldn't even know. You know Cool scared of the dark, right?
He is. What about the rest of the gang?
I see. I'm not here to snitch. I mean, really, me and Cool fell out because I took his gal. I don't want to talk about that, but I took his gal back in '82. What happened?
Bro,
What happened?
Mr. Cool in the gang. Oh, Ricky.
What happened? Hold on. What has happened?
What you mean? Oh, you don't. Oh, well, I was talking to Ricky from Cool in the Gang.
What are you talking about, bro?
Oh, well, I see that whatever you did with the witchcraft before the pod, it worked great.
Anyway, man, what are we talking about?
We was talking about the fact that I was in awe that Ray J claimed Blood Gang first on a record. So I just couldn't believe it. Well, when I say I couldn't believe the shit, I'm not saying I can't believe you. I believe you.
What was that right though?
Huh?
Was that right though?
Well, I love the internet because even though there are some people that say you shouldn't use Google because it's really a spy software, I use the Google because I'm not hiding from the feds. So I typed in who was the first. Hold on. I typed in who was the first rapper to claim Blood Gang on a song,
Yeah.
and I didn't get what I was looking for.
What you got?
However, I did run up on a list of blood-affiliated rappers and rap groups.
Yes.
And so while you were summoning a OG musician,
I didn't summon it. It just comes and goes.
it just comes and goes. So a nigga came in you. Pause.
Pause.
I got a list of rappers who are gang members, and you know, while I sometimes try to defend our people when you talk about the problems with our community, reading this list, I 100% can see some of the problems with our community. So let me give off just some names. I'm not going to name this laundry list of rappers, which, to be honest with you, I can go at least the first 10, and I don't know who the fuck they are. So I'm going to name off 10. And I'm going to see if you can tell me if you've heard of any of these rappers before, because you are the music savant. Are you ready?
Yeah. Hold on. When you say the name, I'm gonna say a song.
Hey, bro, that works great for me. You ready?
Okay. Yeah.
You want me to tell you what affiliation they from first, or you just want me to tell you the name?
Say my name.
G-Nut.
G-Nut is probably from Oakland. Keep going.
Fruit Town Brims.
Who?
Fruit Town Brims.
Fruit Town Brims? That's West Coast somewhere. Keep going.
You gonna know a song from G-Nut?
I think G-Nut was on behind the scenes, but keep going.
G Telly. He's also a Fruit Town Brim.
G Telly? Okay, keep going.
Nino Brim. Guess what affiliation he is?
You know Brim?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fruit Town Brim. But do you know a song yet?
No.
All right. Cool.
But you named some random ass motherfuckers.
Bro, I'm naming what's on the list. It literally the title of the list says list of blood affiliated rappers and rap groups. Now, all right, I'm gonna skim this list.
Keep going.
Shit, G2Bs, Bloodstone Villains,
Yeah, you talking about some old
Gangsta Earn, Lil Gangsta Earn, Damu. Damu is a 5'9" Brim.
Yeah, I know Lil Gangsta Earn. He's from Oakland. Keep going.
All right. The shit, Jim West.
Jim West?
Jim West.
Nah.
5'9" Brim. Big June. I think I said Big June already. Yeah. What about Young Meek?
Young Meek?
He a Meadowview Blood.
So you name a random ass motherfucker.
Bro, what does that say? What does that say? Hold on. Can you read it? Can you see it? What does that say? What does that say?
Let's put list of blood. Put top 10 blood rappers.
I'm mad that I haven't gotten to Jimmy yet. Now I will say I did see YFNLA Lucci. What's that nigga name? Oh, so I get down a while, and then I hit Tech 9, then I hit YG, then I hit Whack 100. Whack 100 ain't a rapper though. You know what? Let's stop there. Whack 100.
What about Whack?
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
So the OGs that have made it to their 40s, I feel like they made it to their 40s. Huh?
Oh, he's like 10, 15 years older than me. Whack 100?
Oh, no, I know Whack 100 old as fuck. But what I'm saying is, no, Whack 100 probably been banging for 25 plus years. But what I'm saying is, and I'm not speaking of his age. I'm saying the OGs that have made it to 40. Out of all people, they know the harm that comes with the bullshit in the hood and all this gang shit and all this other shit, right? Would you agree that they know the dangers of it and what the true outcome of it?
Yeah.
Why are you being Whack 100 at the age you are? Why are you on Clubhouse still promoting the bullshit? In your opinion?
Is he?
Yeah, this nigga be on here, bro. Instead of him, you know, kind of like putting out the fires, he be pissing on the fires. He be, oh, yeah, homie, come catch this fade, or throw your addy up, a nigga, I'll come woo. He really be doing that bullshit, bro. And then the other piece is these niggas on Clubhouse really get on Clubhouse. They really be beefing with niggas. There has been a thing of people on Clubhouse getting shot live on Clubhouse because they beefing on Clubhouse and putting out an addy, and niggas pull up and shoot them live for what they said on Clubhouse. How ignorant is that?
But bro, that's the type of nigga you are, man.
What you mean?
Like you're a ultra aggressive person, bro.
When have I? No. I don't push the bullshit. When have I ever told a youth
No.
to pull up on me and promoted bullshit and violence?
How many times have you called me a BAN?
Calling you a bitch ass nigga because you've been acting like a bitch ass nigga and dropping an addy and encouraging a 21-year-old to go shoot another 21-year-old in the face is different.
I'm saying that's why I got my popcorn out, man. You think I'm being disrespectful, but that was a prop that I had sitting here waiting to pull your popcorn out. I'm saying, how many times have you called me a BAN?
What does that have to do with what I just said?
I'm saying if you will call your partner your ace, man,
You be acting like a bitch ass nigga sometimes.
you know what I'm saying? So you know, what?
Yes.
So you sound like
Because you will contradict yourself. You'll come on here and say one thing on pod episode 103, and then on pod episode 106, you will stand on a ledge that totally contradicts what you said on 103. And if I try to ask you a question about your contradictory statements, you'll say, that was in the past. We talking about today.
not true, bro.
That is
Like,
true. You definitely did it last pod.
No, you'll be like you'll get
Okay,
mad.
we're not doing this. But tell me what I be doing, and then let's go on to some of this.
See what I'm saying? You'd be like, you know that me and you was in the same room back in 1999 or 2015 or 2012. And I'm like, you right, bro.
So you know what? we had a pod a couple of pods ago. You stood on the ledge, and after the pod,
Oh, freeze.
yeah,
Why I stood on the ledge, bro?
no, you stood on the ledge. I
Why's the
stand on
ledge?
ledges too, though. I'm not
What
saying
is-
I'm not saying it's a bad ledge
Why's the ledge though? Why just put my foot in the sand in this one spot?
because you was
Why?
on the ledge.
Okay, go ahead.
So you was on the ledge about something, and
was
I got out. I'm not saying it because then because Dominique told me that
Yeah.
if I said this on a pod, then I would be a bitch ass nigga.
Okay.
So you stood on the ledge, and while you were standing on said ledge, we had guests, and while you were standing on said ledge, I was like, man, this nigga tripping. And I had a rebuttal for the ledge you were standing on. But if I would have said rebuttal, I would have been a BAN because it would have directly put you in an awkward spot with our guest. Because I was like, he's standing on this ledge, but he the nigga that pointed this shit out to me. And when you pointed the shit out to me, I was just like, if that's what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there like,
Well, I'm saying, but
How this nigga standing on this ledge when this nigga more toxic than me about this topic?
Hold up. Actually, there's nothing I'm more toxic about than you.
No,
life.
100%. I'm not gonna bring it up because then I'll be putting our business out there in the street. But you 100% are more toxic about this situation than me. And I was like, well, how the fuck he got this stance?
On a whole other note, you know, Daryl's 40th coming up.
This is what you roll into.
No, I'm not wrong with nothing. I'm just saying that Daryl's 40th coming up. Are you gonna be in Houston in March?
I will be in Houston in March.
Hey, you gonna come? You come to the party? Is it all black affair?
I gotta know what date.
Are you gonna come? Because you'll be my plus one.
Yo, that's wow. When you say I'm gonna be a plus one.
Well, you can't be plus one now.
I can, but it's just wow.
Check this out.
So I'm still toxic as fuck, by the way.
All right. I was driving down. I was.
So you were told about the event.
I was text about it. So watch this. I was driving down. I was on 610.
Damn. If you would have said you were driving down Montrose, that would have been perfect.
Yeah, but I wouldn't.
Okay.
I was on 610 and I was driving and I seen a truck. I seen a Tony K's truck.
No, do not tell me that he was driving the Tony K's truck.
Yeah, I mean he is a supervisor. You know what I'm saying? He was.
Oh, he still work there?
I guess so.
That's fire. That is fire. But me and you definitely got blackballed. We're banned. I don't know if we can even go buy liquor from Tony K's.
Are you sure?
I don't know if we can.
I'm gonna go tomorrow and see. I ain't never tried. What we do, man?
Well, there is that one day apparently I did donuts in the parking lot and put rocks on homie's Mustang.
Oh, you, not me.
I did, not you. I wonder if homie relapsed. Is that bad?
You talking about Magneto or you talking about
Magneto? You do realize that we were like the only drug free. We were the only drug free competent employees of that place. You know that, right?
No, the dude who ran the Hispanic dude who ran it, he was pretty much drug free. You know
he was a
saying?
recovering crackhead, bro.
That's not our world. But anyway, okay, for the listeners, me and Aaron W, we used to work at a liquor warehouse delivering liquor in I call it Purgatory.
It's 100% purgatory.
Y'all might call it Pasadena.
It's purgatory.
Yeah, and so I think we were the only people of color that worked there.
We were the only people of color that worked there, and we probably, outside of the owner, were the only people who could put together complete paragraphs.
Yes, and there was a no. Magneto was smart as fuck though.
I didn't say that there were dumb people there. I said we could put together complete paragraphs.
There was an older guy, probably in his 40s, probably in his 50s or 60s, who had an all white beard, long white hair, and this is like in what 2002, 2001,
something like that. And he definitely hated black people.
But you have a problem with him ever?
No. You know how some of them races be. If you are a black person above 6 feet and weigh more than 160, they're afraid that you're gonna beat them or pummel them to death.
Well,
this the man that said, if black is beautiful, then I should have masterpiece said ha 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 and ran out the room.
So I used to call him Magneto. And I don't know if he knew about the X-Men or not, but he when I would be like Magneto, he'd be like, yeah. And he'd flip his hair or whatever. But where I was going with this, I
the
forgot.
Magneto he knew about probably sold him dope.
But what was talking about Magneto?
You was talking about an all black affair. I need to know what the date is.
Oh. Get my phone at. You need to come through, man. You my plus one, bro.
Man, that's wild. If the audience knew the entire environment, you saying I'm your plus one is some wild shit, bro.
You my plus one, bro.
You're a wild boy. Pause, and pause.
tell you the date is it's March 11th from 8 p.m. to 1 a.m.
I don't know if I'm being Houston on March 11th. I'm be honest with you.
You didn't come, bro.
I
Just
was
come.
coming closer to my birthday, which is March 24th.
You can come twice, man. Come on, man. You
I
ain't never come
can,
back.
but I don't want to buy 2 plane tickets twice in March.
Man, you can buy it now, bro. It's like $49, man. Around here.
I got shit. I got to buy tennis shoes. I got to buy exhaust for my car, for the race car. I got a lot going on, bro.
See what I'm saying? Street parking only.
Where is it at? Where's it gonna be at?
I gotta tell people where it's at. They gonna come show up.
Ain't nobody gonna come show up.
Man, look, it's at 2203 Preston. You look it up.
Oh, well, that's all I need to know. Street parking only. You gotta catch an Uber to that shit.
That's what it said. Uber parking and Lyft encouraged.
Yo, would you go to an Eyes Wide Shut party? You and your female of choice. Would you go to an Eyes Wide Shut party?
Yeah.
Bro, I want to go to one of these little like situations where you go and the broads are like on display everywhere.
The women are the broads.
And you know I'm toxic. I actually, this is what we need to clear up, man. I think you have some of our listeners thinking that when you bring up conspiracies on this show,
I'm
saying when you bring them up.
I'll bring them up.
No, I didn't say you bring them up. I said when you bring them up. See, this is what you do. I understand why the lovely Cleopatra has issues with you.
Why you gotta bring her up, man? Of all people in the world, man.
Cause that's my friend and your lovely young lady. Anyway, you twist words.
Oh, freedom. Me and Cleopatra are not dating.
Yeah, I forgot you supposed to be single.
No, I'm single 100%. Me and Cleopatra are not dating.
Is my video clearer than normal?
Is it clearer?
Is it clearer than normal?
No, it's not.
It is. So look.
No, to you it is, but to me it's the same, my nigga.
It's not the same. So look, it's not the same.
If that's what you say, I don't give a fuck.
It's not the best that it's been because I haven't been using the camera back there.
I see the camera right there, but I'm saying
it's not that camera, but it's clearer than what I've been using. So look,
you don't tell me what is clearer. I'm like, shit, look shit at me, my nigga.
Is it clearer than yours,
bro? You wear glasses, my dude.
I do wear glasses.
How you gonna? That's why I be having a problem with niggas, man. Niggas will tell me, "You saw that?" Like, yeah, I saw it. And like, what you sure you saw it? Like, nigga, I don't wear glasses. I'm 20/20, man.
The only reason, when I put my glasses on 20/20, and I had my glasses on earlier today when I did it, and if I adjust some lighting, it'll be clearer. So look,
it's the same, bro. You clear, man. Keep going. I can see your watch.
Yeah. So look, fuck. See, I hate when you do that. What the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah.
You put me in a box. I'm like, man.
I didn't say that you bring up. I didn't say that you bring up conspiracies all the time. I said when you bring conspiracies up.
Why would I bring conspiracy up and I don't believe in conspiracy?
Because you say it ain't always nefarious. That's what I was trying to get to.
Okay,
so I didn't say you always bring conspiracies up. I normally bring conspiracies up. What I was saying was, if you listen, when you do bring the conspiracies up, you make it seem like, why is it always nefarious? Is that a true statement?
Keep going.
All right. What I was saying is, I don't necessarily subscribe to the nefarious conspiracies. I like to subscribe to the more weird conspiracies in nature. Not nefarious like every aspect of the government is trying to kill us. Well, I do think that's true. Those aren't the conspiracies I like to dabble in.
Get your popcorn, nigga.
I usually like to dabble in the weird science conspiracies, how they have caught on satellite weird explosions in the middle of the ocean. Do you think that there is something living in the deepest portions of the ocean?
It's a fact. We know that.
No, when I say things, I'm not talking about the sea creatures that live in the deepest parts of the ocean, like extraterrestrials that may have space bases in the ocean. That sounds wild. So it's not space bases. It would be ocean bases. Do you think weird shit is going on in our oceans?
Yeah. When's the last time we've been to the ocean?
2.5 weeks ago.
Oh, where you went to?
Pensacola.
At the ocean, nigga. That's the Pensacola. That's the Gulf.
That ain't the ocean, my nigga. Well, I get it. It's the Gulf, but doesn't it go into the ocean? What do you call the ocean? Tell me, what do you call the ocean?
You got the Atlantic Ocean. You got the Indian Ocean. You got the you got the Gulf of Mexico. That's what you're talking about. Pensacola's in the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah, it's the Gulf. But that's just the ocean to me, nigga. You know what I'm talking about. Do you think it's weird shit going on in the ocean?
Yeah, man. It's weird shit.
I don't have to go to the middle of the Atlantic Ocean to ask if there's some weird shit going on in the ocean.
Have you ever stared at your dick? Like, have you ever stared at your dick?
Have I stared at my dick?
Hmm?
I don't know where we're going with this, but I believe every man has stared at their dick.
And then you see like you, the way you think about it and the way you see it, like it's kind of different sometimes.
I'm pretty sure every man sees their dick differently than what it really is.
I'm not talking about size or girth or weight. I'm talking about.
I wasn't talking about that at all. I just literally said I think every man sees their dick differently than what it really is.
I'm just saying. Am I recording this shit? How am I recording this shit, man?
I hope you are. I mean, I am. It says you're recording in the corner right here. I'm still trying to figure out where we're going. But go ahead.
So I'm saying, like, so if something that's connected to you for your whole life, and you look at it differently. Imagine the ocean, something you never seen before. Yeah, that's some weird shit going on, man. You ever seen a coral reef? Have you scuba dived before? You know what scuba means?
I've never scuba dived.
You know
I've
what scuba
snorkeled
means?
before. Do I know what scuba means?
Yeah.
I don't know what the word scuba means. No.
Self-contained underwater breathing apparatus.
I've heard that before. I do want to go. I do want to take up scuba diving because I want to go to dive sites. But what I'm saying is, does it bother you that we've explored more of space than we have of our fucking oceans?
It's not true.
That is true. That is 100% true that we know more about space than we do about our oceans.
That's not true at all.
That is 110% true. It is 110% true that we know more about space than we do about our oceans on Earth. That is a true statement. There's never been a truer statement than the fact that we have explored more of space than we have of our oceans. That is a true statement. Pause.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, if you feel like that we know more about outer space than we do about
I don't
the
feel
ocean.
like it's a fact that we know more about space than we do the ocean. You saying it's not a fact?
It's not a fact.
Or are you going to look it up?
Nope.
So let me ask you a question. Where are you getting your information from? I'm asking, where are you getting your information from?
My research,
What does your research consist of?
I'm reading all the fucking time,
So what have you read that told you that?
everything.
What is everything? I can give you specific things I've read.
All right, give me a specific.
National Geographic and NASA. So what are your outlets so I can look this up? Because I could be wrong.
I'm fucking with some shit right now.
Oh, you're fucking with some shit right now. So when I'm asking you about when I'm asking you about the outlets you've used to tell me that my facts are bullshit and your facts aren't, now you're doing something.
I didn't use those words, sir.
Huh?
Damn, I didn't use those words, sir.
What words did you use?
I didn't. I said it's not true. That's all I said.
And I asked you quote your sources.
My sources would be like check. Hold on. Keep talking.
I'm talking.
So
No, I'm just saying. Between National Geographic, NASA, we've explored more about we've explored space more than we have the ocean. However, if I'm gonna go with what your logic is, fuck it, I'll roll with your logic. Let's say that the fact that space is so large compared to the ocean, by default, I'll roll with you and say, because space is so much vastly larger than the ocean, sure, we know more about the ocean than space. But we've explored more in space than we have our own oceans on Earth.
I agree.
There you go. There's a median.
I agree.
What are you doing?
I'm looking at 2 hours and 8 minutes and saying that, it's time to end the podcast.
Oh, gotcha. I'm fine with that. Even though you're off camera, we could have ended the podcast 10 minutes ago when you took your phone call. This has been another episode of the 16 Shots Podcast with Young James Boogie and AR Dub.
You tell me how you took, and I'm gonna tell you what I meant.
And we out.